In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how gold has been doing tremendously well and what this really means for the whole entire world economy. And is this really going to have any effect on the price of Bitcoin? Because recently, Bitcoin has been doing tremendously well due to the fact that a lot of people are beginning to diversify because they are beginning to realize how risky the whole world economy right now is, and they are obviously looking for better options to safeguard their wealth and obviously get to reserve their value as well. So basically, this is a very interesting article here, and I think pretty much the whole reason why gold is doing pretty well, I mean, for the past few days, is obviously due to the US China trade wars. And it has been prompting a lot of people to seek alternative investment models, which is going to help them safeguard their money, if I can put it that way. So getting to look at the chart of gold, it has obviously been doing pretty well, for the past few months. Let's look at the monthly charts. You guys can clearly see the uprise in the price of gold. And when it comes to gold, for example, a 24% price increase in the value of gold really is very, very good, and it's a very good sort of indication that people are looking for a better way to safeguard their wealth as well. So this is doing pretty well. So if you guys are into diversifying and obviously getting to hedge your value, obviously gold is one of those proven methods of investing. But this is obviously for people who are kind of old school, but a lot of younger investors are diversifying in form of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is very easy to buy. It's very easy to get to understand how it works, especially if you are of the younger generation, because gold is so old school. So this is one of the reasons why we are having these parabolic rises in terms of the BTC price. So obviously, if you guys have been part of my YouTube channel, right, in the past few days, I was very, very bearish. And please do not get me wrong, because we still might get a correction. We still might end up going down. So hopefully we are not facing this rejection, but due to the fact that the world is really looking for alternative methods to safeguard and put their money in, obviously Bitcoin is a very good alternative to gold as well. So we might have a situation where pretty much basically all the resistance points are going to be broken, because last time I told you that 11,000 is a very difficult area to penetrate, and just look at what happened. We sliced through 11,000 like it was nothing. So this is something which is going to be very difficult, to smash the remaining resistances, for example right there at 13,142, plus we also have another form of resistance right over here at 14,000 US dollars. So as long as the world is going to be very, very skeptical of what's been happening, because in 2008 we had the same situation, right? Prior to the world economic crisis, obviously people were beginning to invest in gold. So this is one of those indicators that really tells you to hey, I think you might want to look at what's happening closely, because anytime soon the world economy might collapse. So yeah, basically that's all I wanted to talk about. So getting to look at the price of gold, is the same thing going to happen to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is considered to be a digital gold. So are we going to have a situation where the price of Bitcoin is going to continue souring and just pretty much going up high? Are we going to be able to experience another all-time high? Are we going to be able to finally crash 20,000 US dollars? Are we going to go as high as 30,000 US dollars? Well, if people are going to continue being wary and just being scared, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be investing. So right now, word on the street says that a lot of Chinese people are beginning to really get into Bitcoin once more, because the government was pretty much telling them about the advantages of getting to invest in Bitcoin, because right now there's a whole lot of shenanigans happening here. So let me just briefly read for you guys. According to this article, President Trump announced last week that on September 1st, he's going to slap another 10% tariff on the Chinese imports into the US. Trump on Monday morning tweeted that China is manipulating its currency and the US Federal Reserve had better take note of it. So pretty much there's a whole lot of commotion happening, and a lot of Chinese people are obviously going to be flocking to either gold or Bitcoin. So this is probably one of the reasons why both gold and Bitcoin have been doing tremendously well. So anyhow, this is all I had to talk to you guys about today. So as far as trading Bitcoin is concerned, we might have a slight pullback, because a slight pullback is going to be something which is going to be very healthy for the price of Bitcoin to continue its upward momentum. So so long there's going to be a lot of fear in the world as far as the global economy is concerned, I'm sure people are going to be looking for alternative ways to keep their value safe and sound. And by far, Bitcoin and gold have been doing tremendously well. I mean, these assets have been doing tremendously well. So obviously people are bound to continue putting their value in such type of assets, and that really means the prices are going to continue doing tremendously well. And for limited assets such as Bitcoin, because if you get to compare Bitcoin and gold, right, obviously Bitcoin is way better. Like, anybody can debate me, Bitcoin is way better than gold, because one, you can carry Bitcoin without being suspected of anything. And when it comes to gold, right, who walks around moving with gold? It's very difficult to transport. Bitcoin is very easy to move around with. Plus, Bitcoin is very limited. It only has a fixed supply of about 21 million Bitcoin. So those are the ones which are going to be available for the longest period of time, or rather forever. So yeah, as far as gold is concerned, a lot of new technology might be able to discover some new gold deposits, in some parts of the world, parts of the universe and other stuff. So Bitcoin is way better than gold. So the faster people get to recognize this, the more people are going to be buying Bitcoin, and the more Bitcoin is going to increase in value. So obviously, during the next market crisis, right, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be researching. A lot of new retail investors are going to be flocking to Bitcoin, and that is going to be extremely bullish. So when it comes to my long-term perspective, obviously Bitcoin is going to do tremendously well. However, in the near future or in the mid-term future, right, expecting a Bitcoin correction is something which is very, very normal. And I wouldn't be surprised if we had to continue our upward trajectory, because people are beginning to get worried, and the more people get worried, the more they're going to be investing irrationally. Like, for example, instead of going to buy via OTC because you get better prices, right, people are just going to be buying Bitcoin at market prices. They're going to be flocking over to Binance, Coinbase and other stuff, and they're just going to be inflating the prices, and it's going to be very, very crazy. But since we are in for, we are investing in, we are buying Bitcoin for the long term, right? The more people get to panic and buy Bitcoin at market prices, the better our investments are going to turn out, and the more money that we're going to be able to make. So this is all I had to talk to you guys about. So it's been your boy Muna, aka Beyond 10x, and stay bullish, but you have to take precaution as well, because anytime soon that drop might happen. It might happen today, it might happen tomorrow, but regardless, it's going to happen. So right now I am bullish, and hope you guys had a lovely time. Enjoy your trade, and talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye.